What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to OmarB, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Beyond the Pitch Show PSG edition with my guy Mo from PSG INT. Big up to my guy, man. What's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We are back again.
Just vibing.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, man. Listen, man. It's been a while, man, because the last time we did the show, obviously, things were going well for my team. I mean, it wasn't really too bad. I guess maybe in the Champions League, maybe that's the only place you would kind of look at and say, you needed more improvement. But honestly, things have improved. To be fair, I'm surprised, to be honest with you, that Lucho is still over there, bro. I'm gonna be very honest, man. Like, I'm surprised he's still there. Tell me, bro. Like, honestly, before we get started, I do want to know, how have things improved since the last time we spoke, or do you feel like things have still the same?
100%. It was clear. It was one main thing. Obviously, there was many things, but the main thing Lucho had to change was just give more freedom to his players, let them do what they want to do on the pitch, not restrict them too much. What happened was he finally had a meeting with the players, and ever since then, we've been unbeaten. We've won every single game apart from one we drew. We won a tough game in the Coupe de France, beat Monaco, won our first trophy of the season. So, yeah, ever since that episode, we've just been cooking pretty much, yeah. So I couldn't be happier.
Hey, man, listen, unfortunately, since then, things have kind of gone the other way for me. I feel like the real Barcelona have finally come back. I thought, I was in a high, man, but this team decided to bring me back to reality, man. But it is what it is. But listen, we're gonna get into it because listen, there's a lot of stuff coming out on both of our clubs. Obviously, January is coming. We don't really know if players are gonna come in, players are gonna be leaving. But listen, we've been hearing a lot of rumors, news coming out of both of our clubs. I want to first of all start with my club first of all, right? Because the big news that's been coming out since even before the transfer window started was the Dani Olmo registration, right? We basically went past the deadline, right? And basically he was a free agent, but confirmed a few days ago we won the appeal in the courts, and basically now we've been able to register him to the first team, right?
Yeah.
And since then, so many things have been coming out now. Apparently, La Liga are apparently planning to appeal that registration because apparently they feel like we went to the deadline and they don't want us to. Basically, there's a lot of stuff happening. What do you think of like the saga from the guy watching from the outside point of view?
I mean, two stuff. First of all, Barca are still have huge economical problems. But then it's also that La Liga has these dinosaur rules, which no other top European league has. So it's a combination of Barca being broke and La Liga just having weird rules.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I hear you, and also to be fair, I will say this too, more because I spoke to obviously Hafez last week Friday, right? We did our show together, and he actually was the one who explained to me the 101 rule that I've been hearing recently, because I've been hearing a lot of that. I didn't understand it too much, but apparently the reason why there's so much talk about that is because we actually need to go to the guidelines so that we can basically go out and actually spend as much as revenue as we bring in. Because this is the thing, for seasons now, ever since 2020, we've been able to gather in a lot of revenue but we were below the 101 rule, so we could not spend as much as we brought in. So now that because of the whole VIP seats now, we've now gone to a point now where we can now actually spend as much as we regain. So we can actually go out and actually start in the 25-26 season and actually go and actually sign the players we need, right? Not going around trying to do the bare minimum. And I'm going to be honest, it couldn't come in at a right time for me as a Barca fan. I'm very, very happy to go into this part because listen, it was very embarrassing to see the whole Dani Olmo situation, right? You like, it's really embarrassing to be in this situation. And you're right. At the end of the day, La Liga, they have these rules that they're having is what holds back the league. You understand what I'm saying, right? Because at the end of the day, this is a league that has had so many of the best players in the world, right? And it's a top league. But the thing is, Barcelona and Real Madrid are always the best teams to always compete for these things, right? But there's a reason why you're seeing teams like Valencia fall off. There's a reason why you've seen the Deportivos who are now in the second division, right? So Valencia look like they're going to get relegated this season.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Bro, La Liga has fallen off so badly from where it used to be 20 years ago. It's a joke. If you actually watch the La Liga table 20 years ago, you would not believe, bro, how many of the top teams who were in the top 6, how many of them now are relegated, right? It's incredibly insane. But this is what the La Liga is about. And it's absolutely ridiculous. And at the end of the day, you're right. Things really need to change. But at the end of the day, you're right, bro. It's run by dinosaurs. And who knows what's going to happen now. But I hope that, we win the appeal that La Liga is doing, because I'm going to be honest, man.
Yeah.
We need Dani Olmo for the rest of the season, honestly, for me. I feel like he's important to this team under Hansi Flick.
Oh, 100%. 100%. But from what I've been reading recently, it shouldn't be a problem. It's already pretty much agreed upon that he will be playing for the rest of the season for you guys.
I mean, I hope, man. But listen, as far as PSG is concerned, obviously the big talk coming out of PSG is basically you guys have been linked with Kvaratskhelia. Now, like I said, you guys are not the only team that's been linked to Kvaratskhelia. Chelsea have been linked with him. United are looking at him as well. Arsenal are part and looking. I mean, Premier League teams are looking at him a lot, right? But the talk, PSG seem like they're very serious about trying to bring in Kvaratskhelia, right? Yeah. And I know you're very excited. I've been watching like your reactions to it, and you're very excited. How important do you think this move happens? How important is it to PSG?
I think Kvaratskhelia, first of all, it has to do with the signing. It's PSG telling its fans, telling everyone that is following and watching PSG that, what just happened in the UCL is not acceptable. That's why we're potentially going to make an 80 million signing in January, which not many clubs do. So the first thing is the image they show to everyone that they are serious. Second of all, Kvaratskhelia is an unbelievable player. He's also very young still, only 23 years of age. So he suits the program and everything we're trying to build in the past 2 seasons at Paris Saint-Germain. Sometimes I feel like we lack someone on the left side. We have like a Dembouz Hakimi combination on the right, and then on the left, Barcola and Nuno can have one, but Barcola really hasn't been that consistent this season. So adding a Kvara there will make us extremely dangerous and unpredictable. So no, I think the Kvara signing will be absolutely huge for Paris Saint-Germain.
I mean, I agree. I absolutely agree. I think, I'll be honest, right? I feel like the way PSG are trying to do their transfer dealings, from watching from the outside, I said this to you the last time, I like how you guys are approaching the transfer window. It's no longer about buying players who are going to get shirt sales. You understand what I'm saying, right? Or bring social media and stuff like that. It's more of, okay, we're buying players who are actually going to like bring something to this team. You understand what I'm saying, right? Players that are going to fit the system, right? And I feel like in the beginning, when the Qataris came to PSG, the idea was we want to make PSG a top team in Europe, right? So that's why you guys in the beginning went out and brought in Ibrahimovic, Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, Verratti, all of these players, right? And we're going out there buying players like Neymar, Mbappe, basically trying to make yourself seem attractable to like players, right? The idea of, okay, PSG now, this is a safe haven, it's an amazing city, you can come in to this club and do this and do that, right? Now, obviously, you guys are yet to win the Champions League. I feel like if you win the Champions League, that will be the moment where everybody will start looking at PSG and saying, all right, cool, right? This you guys now can talk to like everyone. Because that's the thing with PSG, right? PSG are a big club, but PSG in Europe is looked at like, with all due respect, like how Arsenal have been looked at. You understand what I'm saying, right? Where you guys have been in the Champions League, but until you win it, you're not really going to get like the respect that you feel like you deserve. You understand what I'm saying, right? And I feel like the only way you guys can do that for me, right, from the outside is not doing, basically you can go out, go get signings who can actually have a system, not actually going to buy players who are going to be egos in the team, because you've already done the ego thing and it's right. So this approach you're doing, for me, from the outside, it's a very intelligent mindset, right? And I think that you're right. Kvaratskhelia is a good player. He's not going to come in with a huge ego. He's not going to come in and disrupt the system or any of that, right? So I feel like you guys are doing it's a very, very smart deal, definitely. What do you think?
About what? About the new PSG strategy?
Like your new system now, this new transfer system that you guys do now.
I think both have a lot of positives and both have a lot of negatives. Before, as you said, we went for the big players and didn't think of the role players in the team, which made us have a little bit of an unbalanced team in terms of quality. So in the same 11, you could have a Neymar and Mbappe and a Verratti, and then you had a Tilo Kerrer and Idrissa Gueye. Whilst now we're trying to build the entire 11 instead of buying one player, then surrounding him with players. I think both strategies work. And sure, we didn't win a UCL with our previous strategy, but I mean, we were really close. Sometimes, the UCL sometimes is just about luck. Bayern beat us 1-0 in the final. We still had good chances. But This is a new strategy, and I'm very supportive of it. There's still flaws, I think, in the strategy. I think we went a bit too much into the project. We have too many young, raw, unexperienced players, which has forced us now to start looking at more experienced players, but no, the direction the club is going in. Like we went from the Eminem team, so Mbappe, Messi, Neymar, just 2 years ago, and now suddenly we have an entirely new team that is ready to compete for all the trophies in the upcoming year. So the best thing I think of is the transition phase we made, and we reached the Champions League semi-final last season. Is that how smooth the transition was? When Madrid were transitioning after Ronaldo, they were asked, they got lost to Ajax, were bad for 1-2 seasons. Then when Zidane came in, everything shuffled up. Barca, obviously, even during when Messi was there and when Messi left, they had the Hodge period. So, I mean, we've been close to it. We could have played the Europa League last year. We may potentially go out of the UCL this year, but no, we've managed to do this transition very good. That's what I'm mostly happy about.
I mean, I'm glad that you did mention the champion. Obviously, you guys are the next, bro. You're 2 games. Obviously, you're playing City next in the Champions League, and I think you're playing Stuttgart in your final game. And those are not going to be easy games, right? So the game against obviously the game against City is going to be very integral because City look like they're also in trouble. So that game is going to be really, really tough in Paris, right? Stuttgart away. Stuttgart are I think they are in and around the qualifications areas as well. So you guys, I feel like this season, if you guys do not make it to the qualification of the Champions League, you can kind of look at it and say, okay, maybe it's the transitional thing. That's why that's cost us, right? Right. And obviously there's been moments where you guys could have done much better against certain teams, right? I remember obviously the Atletico game. You guys played very well in that game. In the end of the day, you didn't get the win. You understand what I'm saying, right? And I just think that just like you mentioned, when it comes to PSG now, I feel like because now you've basically, for the last 10 to 12 years, have basically built your team to be attractive enough to be able to go out and actually challenge big other teams for the best players, right? You can go out there and actually say, you know what it is? We have a system, and these are the players we want for this system. Doesn't matter. We have the money. We can go out and spend the money to buy any players. You understand what I'm saying, right? We want this kind of striker. We want these kind of wingers. We want these kind of midfielders. We want these players to play in these positions. You understand what I'm saying, right? And I feel like, because I feel like a lot of people, we know who they are. Like, we've seen it, right? You've seen what your guy Cristiano has been. It's not your guy, but you see what Cristiano has been saying. Like, I don't agree at all with that situation, right? Let me say this, because I don't want to divert out to that whole situation. I feel like Ligue 1 does get a lot of bad. I watch Ligue 1 a lot, right? And this is the thing with Ligue 1. People don't watch the league, people don't realize how entertaining even some games are. I was watching Nice last week when they played. I don't know who they played against, and it's always bro, even the derbies when you see Marseille playing Nice or you guys playing against Marseille, those games, bro, the atmosphere, bro. Like, people don't realize just how crazy these games are, bro. The atmosphere is absolutely insane, right? But my thing is what I've always said is this, right? It's not about what the league being a one-team league, because this is the idea of league being a farmers league. It's lies. Let me be clear. What is the definition of a farmers league? If a definition of a farmers league is a league where basically one team is dominant every single year, are you telling me PSG is the only team that is dominant in their league? Huh? Let's talk about Bundesliga. Before last season, how many years did Bayern Munich win the league? They won it consistently 9 years in a row, I think. No, wait. No. They won it in 2013 or 2012. And they won it every season until 2022. right? And you, all right, and then you got Juventus. Juventus, after AC Milan won the league in 2011, Juventus won in 2012 and did not relinquish it until 2021. 9 years.
Yeah.
But then people never talk about those leagues being farmers leagues. I even was saying this to my channel. I said, Cristiano Ronaldo is calling league farmers league. It's actually very, very condescending because you played in Juventus when they were basically dominating the league for over years. Did anyone call league Serie A farmers league? It's crazy, isn't it? And it's funny how the farmers league, as they call it, has had more different champions than many of these leagues that I've just mentioned, right? How many like? In Ligue 1, we've seen Montpellier, Monaco, and Lille win the league. But yet you want to call this league the Farmers League? Nah, man, give me a break. That's why I don't hear it. And at the end of the day, I feel like when it comes down to Paris, and like I mentioned earlier, it's not just about PSG. Paris is a beautiful city. Come on, man. Like you're telling me these players don't want to go and live in Paris and play football, getting money. Of course, it's an attractive club. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like now PSG can now go out and actually be sensible for once in the transfer window. Don't go out trying to compete with the Real Madrid for players that you don't need. You understand what I'm saying, right? Go out and actually say, all right, compete for players that you need in your team. So Kvaratskhelia, that is a good signing because if he comes in, he's walking into your first team, right? You guys going to need to go and get a striker. Go out and try and sign Isaac. Go out and actually go and try and sign Gyökeres. Someone that. No, but I'm just giving it. But my point is, if you want certain players, you can actually attract players now. And the thing with PSG is, PSG have a plan. And PSG can go to these players and say, listen, this is the system we want to play. This is what we want to play. This is the idea. You can actually help us rebuild this team. You understand? You can help us build this team to where it wants to be. So I like the idea of where you guys are going, honestly. But before I do continue, big up to everybody in the chat. Big up to everyone. Make sure you guys smash the likes. And listen, guys, go subscribe to PSG INT. Link is in the title, guys. Make sure you guys go subscribe to him. Make sure you guys go subscribe to him. My guy, man. Listen, me and him are always going at it on Twitter, right? If you guys know me and him on Twitter, bro, we are always fighting each other, bro. But listen, it's always love, man. Salam alaikum salam, my brother, bro. Yeah, man. Hey, stop making sense. PSG is one of the most unattractive squads of all time. Hey, listen. I mean, look. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't even think this team that you guys have is bad, bro. Because here's the thing, right? I look at your team. Even the guys, like I remember, even the player you guys signed. What's his name? Is it Dewey? Is it Desiree Dewey?
Yeah, Desiree Dewey.
I think he's considered like he's a player who's been highly rated in Ligue 1 before you guys signed him, right?
Yeah.
He hasn't really played that much, apparently. I don't know. Maybe you can tell me more about him. I think about like Lee, right? From Mallorca. I remember him on Mallorca. Bro, this guy was a baller in Mallorca. When you guys signed, I was like, bro, this is actually a smart signing. Right? He was actually very good for them. I think obviously, I know I talk about him a lot. Ousmane Dembele, since he's been in PSG, this season he's listen, I'll credit where credit is due. He's doing his thing. You understand what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's the idea of why you guys bought him. You understand what I'm saying? He should be one of your best players, with all due respect. He should be. I feel like with Mbappe gone, he should be the one taking over the mantle over Mbappe. You understand what I'm saying? Barcola had a good start, but you're right, he's kind of fallen off. You understand what I'm saying? Your attack, I'm gonna be very honest, man. Your two strikers, I don't rate either of them. I don't rate Kolo Muani or
I don't rate them either.
You understand what I'm saying? And we're gonna talk about Kolo Muani because he, for some reason, is being linked out of your club to Manchester United. We're gonna talk about that, but quickly, stop making sense. Says PSG under Laurent Blanc used to be good to watch. The whole squad was entertaining and likable. What do you think of that?
I mean, I agree, but I don't really know who's unlikable in this PSG team. The only unlikable players are players that left the former club. So Dembele is unliked by Barca fans. Lucas Hernandez is unliked by Bayern fans. Donnarumma is unliked by AC Milan fans. But I wouldn't say we have a single player that is generally an unlikable person. The player we've had that is the oldest has been here, Marquinhos. I don't think anyone hates Marquinhos, so I don't know what he's talking about.
I mean, look, I think when he says unlikable, honestly, Mo, I think he's talking about the players that you guys had before, when you guys had like the Neymars, the Mbappes, the egos in the team, right? Because he felt like maybe the overinflated egos is the reason why you guys didn't play as well as you did. You understand what I'm saying, right? And look, I've said this to you before, right? I think that time when you guys started the building of PSG, I feel like you guys had the right ideas, but you just screwed it up when you guys started going out. I feel like the idea of buying Neymar, right? I get it. Neymar was a superstar, and listen, it looked like a good idea when you guys signed him at first, right? And signing Mbappe, good idea, right? But the problem is, you did this thing where you kept on. I feel like you guys didn't actually go and actually buy a squad that can actually accommodate those players. Instead, you guys went out and actually bought a Ramos that you didn't need. You understand what I'm saying, right? Go and bring in a Messi. Like, I know Messi, obviously Messi is Messi. Messi, you're gonna get Messi. Let's be real, right? But my point is, I feel like you guys getting Ibrahimovic was a smart deal because Ibrahimovic was a top striker. You guys needed a striker. Thiago Silva, top defender, one of the best defenders in the world when you guys signed him. Great signing. Marquinhos, remember when you guys signed Marquinhos? People forget when you guys signed Marquinhos. Marquinhos wasn't known. Marquinhos just played half a season at Roma from Corinthians, right? And nobody knew who he was when you guys signed him. And then you guys but you guys saw the potential in him. Verratti was at Pescara when you guys signed him. Played with a high potential. Signed him. Look at how good he became. I feel like you guys were so smart with your signing. You were signing top players, but you also like molding it with like players with high potential that maybe people don't know much about, right? But the idea is good. And I feel like now you guys are going back to that again. Because you just mentioned Desiree Doué. He's a player that's been highly rated. We don't know how good that guy is going to be. That guy could end up being one of your best players in the future. You understand what I'm saying, right? Nuno Mendes, you guys signed him from Sporting. I was like, wait, Nuno Mendes was actually a player that was highly rated in Sporting. I know right now he's been linked out of your club, right? Hakimi was a top signing, smart signing. You understand what I'm saying, right? Bacola, when you guys signed him from Lyon, he was a top player in Lyon. You signed him. I've been seeing you guys being linked to what's his name? The Lyon player, Cherry. Is it Chechi? How do you pronounce his name?
Cherki.
Okay. He is another one. I feel like if you guys sign him, he's another one where you're like, it's a smart signing. You guys are signing players in your league that actually have so much potential that many people don't know about. You understand what I'm saying? And you guys could have a good team. And I feel like you guys need to do that because the reason why Bayern Munich in the last 10 years they were dominating their league and they were actually doing well in Champions League because they were the first team to see the talents in their league. Every time a talent came out of their league, they will be the first one to get them. They stole all of their best players in their league. That's why the league was always sewn up because once a good player came in, Bayern Munich would have him. And I feel like PSG would need to do that because Ligue 1 has a lot of gems. Why do you think the French golden generation exists? Bro, French league has a lot of good players, man. But yeah, 100%. But listen, I do want to quickly go back to Barcelona, Mo. I want to talk about another one recently that's been coming out about a player who looks like he's going to be leaving soon.
Okay.
Ronald Araujo. You've been seeing him recently being linked out of my club. Bro,
yeah,
apparently, yeah. At first, when I first heard that, right, apparently the deal has been agreed. It's a loan deal. Some people saying it's going to be permanent. And basically, the talk that's been coming out of the club is that apparently he's worried about his future at the club because he feels like, we have too many center backs and, we look like we're going to be signing Jonathan Tah next season. And he's basically worried about his position in the team, right? Like, you being a PSG fan, if you had a player, let's say, I don't want to use Marquinhos because Marquinhos is a legend in your club. Which player can I compare him to? Okay, let's say Skriniar, right? Milan Skriniar, who looks like he's going to be leaving too, right? Let's say Milan Skriniar, you guys signed that Brazilian, right? The Beraldo, right? When you guys signed him, he came out and said, well, I don't think I want to stay here because I feel like there's too many defenders in this team.
Yeah.
How would you take that from a player like that?
No, I think Araujo's mentality is extremely weak. Extremely weak. A strong mental person, when he sees something difficult, he looks at it as a challenge and it excites him. Araujo's like, all right, you know what? Inigo and Kubarsi are cooking. Not a problem for me. I'm gonna be better than them. I'm gonna work extra hard so that I'm better than them. So I put Inigo on the bench. So I put Kubarsi on the bench. But he instead, as a weak person, looks at his challenge as something he's scared of, and now he's running away to Juventus, an easier challenge. Bremer recently got an ACL. They don't really have any confirmed starting center back, so he would slide in as a starter there immediately with no question. So Araujo is just taking the easy way out. Obviously, there's more about it with Araujo. Everything that happened ever since the mistake versus PSG and everything, what he said, what the fans said, what the club has said. But I mean, if I was a Barca fan at this point, I'd be like, yeah, fuck you, Araujo, man. We don't need bitches at the club. It's that simple. We don't need players like you. This is Barca.
Bro, that's literally what I said. Like, think about it, right? This guy was apparently one of our leaders in the team. That's what I have been told since last season, even before that. This guy is a leader of men in centre back. All of this stuff. First of all, let me be clear. Let's start with that, because you're right. I feel like that PSG performance, from there is basically where everything went down for him. So you get criticized because of a defeat. You made a stupid mistake. Fans are going to be fans. When you make a mistake like that of a player of your experience, of course the fans are going to react. Like, I don't know why you thought that the fans were just going to be like, oh, it's okay. Bro, it's in Champions League, right? We won the first leg. You didn't need to do that. Of course the fans are going to be looking at you and saying, yo, why would you do that when we're leading 1-0? You understand what I'm saying, right? But you take it on the chin because you're a leader and understand, okay, this is on me. I made a mistake. My mistake was a huge factor in why we lost. I'll take the L and I'll move on. You understand what I'm saying, right? He suffers an injury. You don't play a single minute of the season so far. When he arrived, he did not play. I was sitting there saying, listen, we need to get him back into this team because I feel like Araujo fit. He's our best center back. And in my head, I just thought, okay, cool. He's going to come in, put his head down. He's just come back from injury. He understands the position of the club. He's just going to come in, play his football and try to get back to full fitness before we start talking about the contract talks. But the fact that, dude, you just came back from injury less than a month and you already started to talk about leaving. Bro, the moment I heard that in my head, I just thought, you know what it is, bro? I am sorry. I've said this before, and I said it about you. And listen, I know you will agree with me, bro. When it comes to us as fans, we are fans of our club before we are fans of players. You understand what I'm saying, right? I support my club because guess what, bro? I've seen so many legends leave my club. I've seen Messi leave my club, Ronaldinho leave my club, Hector leave my club, Xavi leave my club, Iniesta leave my club. I've seen everyone leaving my club, but I'm still here. I am still here. And when every one of these guys are gone, guess what? I'll still be here. You understand what I'm saying, right? So this Araujo guy, in my head, I'm just thinking, dude, is your ego so big because everybody is telling you that you are the future of center backs that you feel like we should just roll the red carpet for you? You understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm just like, bro, let me be clear. You are not replaceable in this team. Jonathan Tah could come in next season and take your place in this team. You leave, we will go and sign another center back. It's that simple. You understand what I'm saying? And it's an absolute disgrace. And you just mentioned that. For me, I don't care, man. I'm one of these people where I'm like, listen, no place bigger than my club. And if you feel like you are not ready for the smoke, you're not, bro. You're supposed to be, bro. You should be wanting center backs to come to the club. You should be wanting that competition. You should be frothing at the mouth and saying, you know what it is, bro. I'm glad, bro, because now I can. Yeah. I will not feel like, I will not feel comfortable. I don't want to feel comfortable. I want to feel like my place is in trouble so that I can give my 100% every game. But clearly, you don't want it. And if you don't want it, bro, I don't care where you play for, bro. If you have a player in your team that is afraid of competition, bro, get rid of that dude. Get rid of him, bro. Because let me tell you something, bro. Any team that is and this is for every fan base. I've always said this too. If you're a fan of a big club, and you are so obsessed with players, because I did this on my channel recently where I said, so when Salah was being linked, when Salah's contract, because he hasn't signed a contract with Liverpool yet, I said, why is it that Barcelona? Why can't we go and actually talk to Mo Salah? Technically, Barca can talk to Mo Salah right now. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? And people in the comments, some of them were saying, wait a minute, he plays on right wing. This is Yamal player at right wing. I'm like, okay, so what? I'm like, I want both Salah and Yamal in my team. I'm a greedy man. I want the best players to come to my team. You understand what I'm saying? What do you think a player like Salah could do for a player like Yamal if he played in a team with Salah? Right? And this is the thing. The problem with football fans today is that they are so they support players over the club. They will, oh, but this player, if he comes in, he's going to be competition, or he's going to take this guy's place. Bro, yeah, he's better than him. He should take his place. It's that simple. I want the best players who are performing every week because I want my team to win. Because guess what, bro? If the player you think is the best player is benched, and we go on to win the league or win the Champions League, are you gonna be sad? It's that simple. And it's the same thing with you. This is why, because obviously we talk about Mbappe. Mbappe, I feel like got preferential treatment for so long, and look at how that turned out. Right? He ended up, when he was ready to leave, he just walked up and left. At the end of the day, I look at him at Madrid right now. He's looking like a big fish in a small pond. He's not the best player in there. He's not sitting there making the rules like he thought he could do at PSG. You understand what I'm saying? Now he's under the shadow of Vinicius. And now PSG now in a better place. Good job. You understand what I'm saying? But that's what you need. And like I said, for me, when it comes to the Araujo situation, I'm just at a point now where I'm like, listen, bro, you are clearly not it, and I clearly underestimated you. I thought that you were one of the leaders. You were one of the ones who was ready for the smoke. But clearly you're not ready for the smoke, bro. And I want players who are ready for the smoke, bro. That's the thing. There's not too many leaders in this Barca team. Clearly you're not a leader, bro. I need a leader in my defense. You're clearly not a leader, bro. Go, bro. I don't care. I'll keep Inigo Martinez and Kobashi in my team. I don't care. Christensen is literally come back from injury. We've been trying to sell Christensen even before he returned from injury. But I haven't heard Christensen say anything since he's arrived. Because he's just calm. He's just like, listen, man, whatever happens, happens. I'm just gonna come in, train, try to get back to the first team, and get back to playing. That's what I want for my players who are injured. Just be quiet, bro. Come in and try to prove yourself. It's that simple. But yeah, man, I'm at the end of the day, man. Listen, at the end of the day, Araujo, man, do whatever you want. It is what it is. I'm just done, bro. I'm just done. And I was a big fan of this guy. I was a big fan of him. I was an advocate for him. Even when he was getting criticized, I criticized him, but I called it out. But I was like, listen, he's still our best center back. He's still our future in the center back area. But this whole situation, bro, has made me see him very, very differently on a real, bro. Listen, guys, make sure you guys smash the likes, guys. Let's read some of these comments, guys, because a lot of you guys have been sending a lot of comments. Because to everyone, this chat has been very, very active. Stop making sense. It's just, bro, I don't know, bro. Why are you just throwing shots at Ligue 1, man? Come on, man. Because I don't have to be there. I don't. You must say, bro. Listen, we know. But listen, Ligue 1, bro. Back then, that to be fair, that Marseille team was a gunman team, bro. They had Desai. What's his name? What's the name of the Ballon d'Or winner who was at AC Milan? What's his name?
Do they have Papin?
Papin, yeah. Jean-Pierre Papin, right? They had what's his name as well? Deschamps. Bro, listen, let me tell you guys something. You guys always hate on Ligue 1. I keep telling you guys, bro, Ligue 1. Think about, like, when do you guys think like players like Zidane started their career? That's why I say, bro, I swear to God, Ligue 1 gets so much disrespect. The amount of legends that league has unearthed, bro. People always disrespect that league. But it says, what will happen to Barcelona if Kvara arrives? Go ahead, Mo, answer that.
I mean, just as you were saying about the Salah and Yamal stuff, it would just be heavy competition for Barcola. But the good thing is that both Kvaratskhelia and Bradley Barcola are versatile. Kvaratskhelia could play either as the left winger or the false nine in our system, whereas Barcola can play across the attack, right wing, left wing, and potentially false nine. That's something Lucho has. I don't know. He hasn't played it, but he has talked about that Barcola can play in that position. So, yeah, Barcola just has to work harder.
And that's simple. If PSG want to be one of the most competitive, not best teams, because I do believe you're still one of the best teams in Europe, right? But if you guys want to be one of the most competitive teams in Europe, you need that competition. Every team that challenges Champions Leagues and stuff needs to have competition. So yeah, it's not about this player coming in here and that player coming in there and all of this. Bro, listen, this idea of Kvaratskhelia, go sign him. Go sign a defender. Go sign a midfielder. You should be wanting to, bro, every time a good player is being linked to your club, you should be screaming for the player to arrive. I don't care who plays in that position. Even if it's a goalkeeper, if it's available and you got Donnarumma, I'm like, yo, bring him in. I don't care if Donnarumma gets benched. If Donnarumma is not there for that smoke, he can go. I don't care, man. You understand what I'm saying? Big up to Stop Making Senses. Abdul Rashad is balling at League. Is this correct, bro? Who's Abu Rasha?
I have no clue, guys.
Apologies. Oh, he's big up to start making this. Oh, yeah, he's basically making the point of like the unlikables, right? The point I was saying. He says, way before Neymar and Mbappe, I used to enjoy Zlatan, Lavezzi, Lucas Moura, Menes, Pastore, Morta, Verratti, Cavani. This team was one of my favorite teams ever. Although I'm a Barca fan, I'm not gonna lie. That team. This is what I mean, bro. That team. That team was beautiful. You know why? Because you have players that people know, but also players that were not really names before you guys signed them. Like Lavezzi, I think, was at Palermo when you guys signed him, right? Lucas Moura was in where was he?
That's Pastore. Pastore was at Palermo. Lavezzi,
Pastore.
He was really good at Napoli.
Where was Lavezzi when you guys signed him?
Napoli. He was really good at Napoli.
Yeah, he was at Napoli. And to be fair, Napoli wasn't just challenging for the leagues around that time. So you guys were able to see them. Lucas Moura, I think, was on Corinthians. Where did you guys? Was it Corinthians you guys signed him from? Or Sao Paulo. There you go. Sao Paulo. Menes was, to be fair, Menes was there, I think, the season when you guys got bought, or the season before, right?
Yeah, I don't exactly know about Menes' situation.
Yeah. But Menes was there for a while. And he was a basic player.
Inter, Maxwell as well from Inter, Verratti from Pescara, Marquinhos from Corinthians. Maybe he's the one you were thinking of.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You see this team, right? This team, I feel like this time, if you guys continue with this kind of mindset in the transfer window, I feel like by this point, you guys could have even won the Champions League. Because I feel like by now, you would have built a team that was so competitive, and I wouldn't say not a lot of egos, because here's the thing. You see this team, what was so good about this team, right? The biggest ego in that team right now was Zlatan. You understand what I'm saying? Zlatan was the biggest ego. Players like Cavani, even players like Cavani, when they arrived, they understood, okay, Zlatan is the number 9. I have to play in this area. You understand what I'm saying, right? They understood it. They may have not liked it, but they understood for the best of the team, I have to play there. That's what you do, man. You need players like this who are like, all right, we understand this guy's here. This is my role. This is his role. This is what his role is. And that's what that role is. I feel like Mbappe and Neymar, that is where their partnership, they work. Because their egos never wanted to let the other guy be the main man. You understand what I'm saying? Right? Neymar thought because he was the most expensive player, he felt like he needed to be the main man. Right? Mbappe, after he won the World Cup, came back, was basically your best player when Neymar was injured. Felt like, yo, I'm the one carrying this team. I should be the main man. You understand what I'm saying? And as a result, that over ego was what you saw. They fell out in the end, right? And that's what happened. And when Messi arrived, things did not improve because Neymar and Mbappe were still out there having fights. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't like each other. So it is what it is. I feel like sometimes when you buy players, right? Players need to understand. I feel like you see, especially with the PSG, Neymar and Mbappe situation, obviously in the end, Neymar ended up leaving. But I'm in a position where I'm like, Neymar, after a season, I think, or 2 seasons, was already thinking about leaving the club. He was trying to come back to us. You see me, right? I feel like the biggest mistake that you guys did was trying to keep him, even though he had his mindset and wanted to return. Because you know why, right? Because at the end of the day, you guys forcing him to stay made him feel like he could do whatever he wanted. You understand what I'm saying? He felt like at that point, I can do whatever I want. I can say whatever I want. Because he said a lot of things. Do you remember what he was saying? He even came out while he was a PSG player and said his greatest moment, his best moment as a footballer was when we beat you guys in the Champions League. I'm like, bro, you're playing for PSG. Like, seriously, have some respect. And I said that. And I'm a person. But I'm like, bro, if a player said that about my team, bro, I would want them gone. Don't ever wear my jersey after saying that to my club. I don't care if that's what you think. Come on, shut up.
I remember, like, it was a negative, just period about Neymar at that time. But I didn't react anything. Why? Because he was honest. Would I want Neymar to lie about his favorite moment? No. But Remontada was obviously his biggest night. And obviously the main reason also why he left Barca. Because he had that great overnight, but then everything was about Messi after the game. For me, and as you said, even the decision of keeping Neymar, I wasn't against it. Why? Because what basically happened, it's like Neymar came, but he didn't come. He thought everything would be easier. He thought he would win the UCL in first season or second season, but it didn't happen. And then he started reminiscing of the memories at Barca with Messi and Suarez and wanted to return. PSG closed the door. Season after, Neymar took us our first Champions League final. And then the season after to the semi, our third in our history by that point, and extended at the club. So if we're going to talk about any mistake, it all came out at the end when the Messi window. That's when PSG did stuff they shouldn't have done. But before that, no, I thought we were really we were really good. The only thing that was a bit unfortunate was, Neymar getting injured ahead of big UCL games when we badly needed him. Maybe that's a bad thing. We relied on one player. That's something we don't have now. You can take away him, you can take away him, you can take away him. It doesn't matter. Why? Because it's the Lucha system, and we have other players that can replace them. Before, if Neymar was injured, a bum came in that absolutely nobody knew. Sarabia or
I mean, okay, so you know what? When you say that, because I'm beginning to really remember, because you're right. I think, was it this season in 2021 was when you guys obviously brought Messi in, right? And you guys brought Ramos, Donnarumma, and Hakimi that same season, right? I'm going to be very honest, right? Because if you remember in the 2020-2021 season, that was the season where you guys knocked us out of the Champions League when Mbappe scored like a hat-trick against us, right? I feel like, and you guys also knocked out Bayern Munich, who were the defending champions at the time. So you guys were actually like very competitive, right? Obviously, you lost to City in the semis, right? But yes, you guys had a good team that season, and you were so close, right? And you're right. I feel like okay. So that season in the transfer window, who do you feel like you guys signed who you shouldn't have signed in this season when you guys brought in Messi, Hakimi, and Ramos?
Hakimi was a great transfer. Donnarumma was a great transfer for free as well. Nuno Mendes was a great transfer as well. And then it was Wijnaldum, Sergio Ramos, and Lionel Messi. All these three signings. I'm still a bit happy about Ramos because he was really good for us in the Champions League. In the biggest games, I always remember Ramos because, he didn't feel the pressure in those kinds of games. But all of them three signings, it was a waste of money. Waste of place, waste of time. What we needed then, we needed a third attacker because Di Maria was starting to go down. So we needed someone next to Mbappe and Neymar, not a Messi. We needed a hard worker.
You mean like a player who could work under those guys, basically? Under those guys.
I remember who we were a bit linked with at that time that would have been perfect. That's Ousmane Dembele. Having like a Neymar in the center, Dembele and Mbappe on the right and left, like that would have been a much better transfer than getting Messi.
That's actually that. You know what's funny? That would have probably been a very smart signing, to be honest. If you guys signed him, if you guys signed Dembele, had Mbappe on the left and Dembele on the right, and then had Neymar playing like that, number 10 free role. And then maybe had like Cavani as this. Cavani was already gone. Who was your striker?
No, Cavani was cooked. Icardi was at the club, but he was
even then,
upgraded on.
But the idea is, I like the idea, and you're right. I feel like you know what it is, right? Obviously, when a player like Messi becomes for free, everybody wants to sign him. You understand what I'm saying, right? And around that time, you guys were kind of the only team, and maybe apart from City, who could have actually gone and sign him. You understand what I'm saying, right? And I'm gonna be very honest. When I look at the PSG, the Messi signing, obviously he signed because we could not register him and we could not give him a new contract. It was unfortunate, but you're right. At the end of the day, I feel like the way your system was, I feel like Messi wasn't what you guys needed at the time. You understand what I'm saying, right? He's not what you guys needed, and that's why he struggled. You understand what I'm saying, right? Because he had his moments here and there, but he didn't have enough of it. Because I feel like with Messi, if you want to get the best out of Messi, I feel like with Messi, when he came to PSG, I feel like what he wanted to do was he just wanted to be the guy to just be the one controlling the game and just letting Neymar and Mbappe do their thing. Because they are like the stars. You could see it, even because you watch PSG, you saw the way he was playing. He wasn't trying to like run in the box and try to shoot. You understand what I'm saying? Like he used to do when he was at Barca. He was more of the one like sees Mbappe making a run, trying to pass it. You understand what I'm saying? See Neymar going for a run, kind of pass it. You understand what I'm saying, right? He was trying to be the guy just being the orchestrator. And I feel like if you guys went out, like you said, and actually bought a lot of good players, right? I think the idea would have worked. But listen, it is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? But let's read some of these comments. Big up to your guy, Revi. He says a PSG INT fam. This is one of your guys.
Yeah.
Start making sense. Says we shouldn't sell Araujo. Listen, man, I am not begging any player to stay at my club who doesn't want to be here. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I am never gonna kiss. Absolutely not. If you want, I keep saying this, bro. If you are a fan and you're begging a player who doesn't want to stay at your club, you want to beg him to stay, bro. I mean, nah, man. Come on, bro. Like, seriously. No player is bigger than a club. Beraldo is so shit. I mean, I don't know enough about Beraldo. Tell me, bro. Is he actually bad?
This guy's a Barca fan, right?
Yeah, he is. I
don't know what
I feel like he is,
bro. Is when Beraldo had his worst game. It was first leg against you when you beat us.
Yeah,
never cooked him. So I understand him having that opinion. But yeah, even Beraldo, ever since that first leg versus Barca, just hasn't been him. He isn't even playing a regular football at all, and he's a youngster. He needs to play to get better and improve. But no, Beraldo, from what I've seen, is a very talented player. Great line breaking. I would comparing a bit to Kubarsi, where his best attribute is his passing ability between the lines and so on. It's just that he's not that confident. Before, when he was really good for us, he even was starting for the Brazilian national team. Well, I remember when Olmo cooked him in that Brazil-Spain friendly. But yeah, he's been bad for a long time now. But he's a very talented player. He just has to get his confidence back. That's it.
I mean, you're right. I feel like he's another one of those signings that you guys obviously did your scouting. You kind of looked at it, went and watched him in the Brazil. He was in Brazil when you guys signed him, right? You signed him from Brazil. Yeah. So yeah, listen, I feel like PSG, you know what it is with PSG? PSG are very good at signing players from Brazil, to be fair. I feel like some teams are not good at it. I mean, Barca, we have not been good at it. I feel like a lot of teams who go to Brazil to sign players have actually been buying a lot of flops. PSG are different. PSG are actually very good at actually going out and actually getting Brazilians from the Brazil league. A few times you guys have actually got good players from the Brazilian league to come in. True. And also there's a center back you guys signed from Ecuador. From who is this? Is it Pancho? Dude, that Pancho guy is good. That guy is good, bro.
He's really
very good player, man. And he's not a smart signing. I was like, yo, when did they sign this? Yo, PSG, bro, the way you guys are signing players, I'm like, bro, people need to watch out for PSG. PSG are actually doing what they were doing in the past, where they were going, taking their time, actually scouting players that nobody has heard of. You're going to the Belgian league, the other leagues, and you're actually going out and actually getting these players. It's very intelligent. Big up to your guys, yo. Some of your guys are coming in. PSG fans entering. Your guys are entering, man. Is it Araujo from your academy? Nah, bro. We signed him from a team in Uruguay. Yeah, but we signed him very early. Hey, big up to you, man. Big up to you. Appreciate you every single time, man. Big up to you, man. Every time. Adam says, I heard registration is temporary. Really? Yeah. I need to go check that out again. But appreciate you. Yeah, PSG, yeah, I know. La Liga basically trying to dispute it. More Salah running down the wing. I hear you.
Wait, question. When you click on the comment, it takes a time for it to come up, right? So it's not like StreamYard, right?
Yeah, sometimes. It does. Okay. Yeah, I noticed, yeah, sometimes it does that. Mm-hmm. It says, imagine a trio of Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, and Salah at PSG. What do you think of that front three, bro?
I mean, it would be nice. It would be nice, especially going. We've always had great. The thing about PSG, we've always had an elite attack. If we look at the past generation of best attackers, we've had them: Di Maria, Cavani, Ibra, Mbappe, Messi, Neymar.
Yep.
So having the Kvara, Salah at PSG, that would be really nice. It would be really nice.
Now, I hear you. Big up to my guy Catalan. Big up to you every time he says. Araujo is always injured. He's weak mentally. Get rid of him. Agree with you, man. Bro, you are not even on the pitch. Dude, this is what is so confusing, right, bro? You are not even playing, bro. Come on, man. Like, if you were playing and you feel like you've lost your place, I would understand why you were talking, bro. But my God, bro, you are not even playing, bro. And you at least play and get back to fitness before you start talking. Whatever, man. Do you respect PSG? I don't like them, but I respect them. I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't even hate PSG. I know PSG fans hate me, hate my club. This guy being one of them. This guy definitely, bro. This guy every time. Listen, man. You, man. There's something you did, bro. I will never forget it. When we were doing what was it? Century, our anniversary, right? I remember everybody was congratulating. Dude, you went live, and then you just started slandering in Barcelona for like your whole life. I'm like, yo, this guy is such a hater. He actually decided on our anniversary to actually make a video where he's just dissing my club. Nah, bro, this guy really.
Wait, really?
Yeah, man. Because remember, bro, you went off. You went off, bro. You went off. I was like, where did this come from? Like, what? I know you didn't like. I know you didn't like us, but dude, I know that this guy was waiting for this. He was like, nah, man, I don't care if this is anniversary, man. I'm gonna say what I think. But look, I'll be honest with you, man. You know me. I'm sitting with me, Mo. You know me, man. Like, I'm a guy who I'm honest, even about my own team. I don't care. People sometimes say, "Oh, well, you shouldn't say this." I speak for myself, right? Obviously, we all remember the PSG moment, the famous PSG moment, right? One of my favorite moments of all time. I think any football fan if you're a fan of a club and you win like that, it's going to be one of your greatest moments, right? But I've always said this, man. Around that time, right, you can say whatever you want to say about that game. But I'm sorry, Mo. If the game was 3-1 in the 87th minute, there is no excuse for any PSG player to concede 3 goals in less than 7 minutes. I don't care what you say. You considered 3 goals. It's not like it was like 1 goal and then we qualify. But you considered 3. Yep. You understand what I'm saying, right? That is a weak mentality. That is something you have to look at your players first. You understand what I'm saying? Saying, bro, how did we go from the 87th minute from going 3-1 to conceding 6-1 at full time in the 87th minute when we were qualifying in the 87th minute? Doesn't make any sense. You understand what I'm saying? And listen, I've always said this to people. There's a lot of Barca players. My player that I hated the most at my club was Luis Suarez. And when people always ask me, even PSG fans, they always ask me like, "Oh, you PSG, you know what's his name? He dived in that penalty." I'm like, yeah, he did. What do you think I was gonna say? No. I said, bro, he waited for Marquinhos to make that contact, tiny little contact, and he went whoop. Bro, you guys know that about Suarez. Why are you guys acting like this is the first time he's done this?
Yeah.
Like, why is everybody acting like this is the first time, bro? Suarez is notorious for going down easy in the box. Do not ever even touch him, bro. Especially in a game like that where we needed 2 goals. You knew he was going to do something scummy to get away with it. And that's what he did. I was like, bro, he's a douche. He's an absolute douchebag, bro. If you love him as your player, and I hated him as my player, but still, you get it. If he's your player, you like him for doing that. But if you are the one on the opposite side, you hate him. But yeah, big up to Zier, bro. Big up to Zier. I think of League after everything else. It's a close night out. Yeah, man. The standard of League should stop, man. Facts. League is underrated. Absolutely, bro. Big up to Zier. Slap the likes. Make sure you guys smash the likes and subscribe to my guy PSGINT, guys. He says, this is the first Barca fan I've ever saw respect League. Let me tell you something. It's because I watch football. You understand what I'm saying? Like, listen, man, I'm a Barcelona fan, but I'm someone who, from a young age, I've been watching football from a young age. You understand what I'm saying, right? And I watch football. I'm gonna be very honest, bro. There's a few leagues that, like, I've said this before, bro. Even though people call the Premier League the best league in the world, I am not entertained by the Premier League. Like, bro, you watch Premier League games, right? Apart from like the big games, you can't, like, dude, it's like everything is so robotic in that league. You understand what I'm saying, right? Like, dude, you see the way that they play, it's not fluent, it's not entertaining. You know what I mean, right? Like, even the fans, bro, like, you know, at least with League 1, one thing I can give League 1 is that, bro, the atmosphere, bro. There's a few places in Europe that you will not get the atmosphere that you get when you watch the PSG versus Marseille game. Or Saint Etienne versus is it Nice? Who was their biggest Lyon against Saint Etienne, right? That's like the big derby. It's like a big derby, right? Remember when these two play, bro? How intense that is, bro. When they're throwing like flares on the pitch and stuff like that, bro. You don't see those things in the Premier League, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Premier League is so sanitized. We want to see entertainment, man.
I wouldn't even call them fans. I'll call them spectators. They're there simply to watch the game. They're not there to support their team. Like even when we go to Anfield or Old Trafford or the recent time we were at the Emirates, you could hear our like 1,000 fans more than all the Arsenal fans in the stadium. It's because they're just spectators. It's a disgusting thing, man.
And sometimes you even hear it, like you see sometimes, bro. I'll be honest with you, Mo. I saw something. It's funny because before we even went live, a few days ago, right? I was just on YouTube, like just scrolling, right? I wasn't even looking for some stuff, right? I was just trying to see what's happening on YouTube, and this recommendation came to my timeline, right? It was this guy who basically was breaking down, and he was said like this is like one of the most delusional PSG fans, and it was you. And this video was basically of you when you basically talked about the Dortmund game, where you said, oh, Dortmund are very, very poor. They are very, very shit, this and this and this. And then you guys lost the game and you were losing your mind. And everyone was in the comments saying, well, he says all of these things and then he's surprised when his team loses. I'm like, well, let's take a look at the context. He said that Dortmund were not good last season. Well, they were not good. I don't know why everyone is acting like because they won the Champions League final, they were good. Bro, these guys didn't even finish top 4 in their league. And then Dorset got sacked after finishing in the Champions. Why did they sack their manager after we're going to the Champions League final? Why? Why? Why is it that their manager is still unemployed? Why? Like this is my point. And you know what's funny? You said the same thing about the what's the name? Arsenal. You'll talk about Arsenal. Arsenal beat you guys. But look at Arsenal now. Look at Arsenal without Saka. You said it. You said Saka was. You said there was Saka FC. Look at Saka is injured now. Look at Arsenal now. Look at Arsenal now, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like some of these guys, right? They get triggered so easily, man.
No, as soon as like even after Arsenal beat us, I told everyone, I still feel the same. Arsenal are garbage.
You see,
it's just unfortunate.
Rubbish. No, rubbish Arsenal team. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Give a trophy for Arsenal. Beat PSG.
Yeah. Bro, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, listen, man. I talk to some of these Premier League fans all the time, bro. Especially like recently, when I talk to these guys, they always do the same thing with me, where they're like, oh, you're a Barcelona fan. Your mindset is different. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you're right. My mindset is different. You want to know why? Because my team is a winning team. I don't do the trust the process thing. You guys do trust the process and plans and stuff. Listen, even with this PSG plan that we're talking about, if this PSG plan doesn't start working next season, Lucho is getting sacked. It's that simple. Because it's about
the first year in our trust the process, we won the league, won the cup, won the Super Cup, reached the Champions League semi-final. That's like the first year in the transition. That's when it's supposed to be as bad as possible. We won all of that. Because I don't think trust the process doesn't work. You only say trust the process.
Trust the process doesn't last 5 years.
You're gonna win at the end of the season.
Listen, you see, trust the process doesn't last for 5 years for a big club. If you're a big club, you trust the process, you should at least be winning domestic trophies. Domestic. I'm not even talking about league titles or Champions League. Domestic. You're not even winning domestic trophies, man. Give me a break. Anyway, let me quickly read this chat because I do want to talk about the Kolo Muani thing and we're going to close out. Right? This is we shouldn't have signed Messi. Man, fucked up the whole chemistry. Hey, man, there was too many things happening at your club, man, at that time. And listen, I don't think he worked out. You're right. More doesn't rate Barcola. I mean, he says you don't rate Barcola.
No,
you don't rate him.
No. Look at his other comment. That's why. He always talks to me about Barcola is better than Kvara, and I love Barcola. No. Maybe one word, but no. Kvara is like a top 3 left winger in the world.
Kvaratskhelia is clear of Barcola right now. I'm sorry, man. I watch both players. Barcola is not even that bad. I just think that Kvaratskhelia, man, is better, man. Not even try that. Barca rejected a low power offer by Juventus. Of course, man. Listen, we want to get the best money that we can. Like, are you going to blame us for that? Absolutely not. Let's see. What do you think about the El Clasico? I will talk about that later. Bro. I'll talk about that on my other show. We don't have a lot of time here. It's Araujo wanted to play Saliba. Hey, listen, man. If you guys wanna go sign him, man. Give us 70, we'll give it to him. Barcelona should sign Napoli's winger. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. The Kvaratskhelia. That's who we're talking about. PSG won so many UCLs, won as many UCLs as Arsenal. And how long have PSG been really competitive in the Champions League? And how long have Arsenal been around in the Champions League? Prem brainwashes fans so hard. Facts. Trust Qatar won't work. Trust Qatar isn't working either. Okay, we'll see.
Not working.
We're gonna let's quickly run through the Kolo Muani one, because I feel like we're not gonna go too long about this. Obviously, Kolo Muani has been linked out of your club. Now, let me quickly say this. I don't rate Kolo Muani, bro. I'm very honest, but I've seen enough of Kolo Muani to say, bro, I don't know what anybody sees in this guy. Why is he being linked to clubs like United? Like, bro, United have Højlund and Xerxes who are not doing well. Like, bringing in Kolo Muani is just, it doesn't make any sense. Like, what do you think, bro? Are you just like, bro, let's just get rid of him as soon as possible, or you want to just keep him?
No. I want to get rid of him as soon as possible. But I do think Kolo looks worse than he is at PSG because of, first of all, the immense pressure. Kolo Muani is a PSG fan. Like, when he grew up as a PSG fan, so he had always, been dreaming about playing at PSG and performing. Then we also signed him for 90 million euros, which is our third highest transfer fee ever after Mbappe and Neymar. And I think that pressure, he just can't handle it. And then I also say, like, Kolo Muani got signed to a manager that didn't even want him. So he's had it tough since day one. I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but I'm just saying it's been very tough for Kolo Muani. And that's why I think he will actually look good at another club. Mm-hmm. He just needs to move away from PSG because he won't make it. It's a bit, I mean, you can give any example. Yeah, I can say Messi at PSG, Messi at Barca. It's two different players. Dembele, Barca, Dembele, PSG, Ronaldo Madrid, Ronaldo Juve or something. Like, some players at certain clubs, because of some circumstances, just doesn't work. But I do think Kolo Muani would look better at whatever club he goes to, if it's United, Spurs, or Juventus. But I want him out as soon as possible because he's been shit for 1.5 years.
No, I completely understand that. And listen, I'm gonna be very honest with you. Yeah, you're right. I just don't think it's worked out for you. And I think that you guys should definitely cut your losses, right? At the end of the day, you guys spend a lot of money on him. And I think that obviously, sometimes, you plan a process, sign a player, it doesn't work out, you try to get rid of him. You understand what I'm saying, right? Yeah. But obviously, if you sell him, do you see, like, which striker would you want to see join you guys? Honestly,
as I said, like, what I really want about striker doesn't matter because our manager doesn't want to sign a striker. He wants to play false nine football. And I'm like, okay. We have Kvara, Barcola on the wing, Dembuz, Kang on the other, Gonzalo's back up for a top. We're looking at John Duran. I like him. He's not starting quality yet. Maybe he needs 1, 2, 3 seasons to be there. Who knows? The one I like a lot is Isak, but I haven't seen any reports of us being interested in him. So we could potentially do Salah false nine if he joins the club. And I would take that.
And I'm not going to lie. Yeah, and I think that would actually be a good signing. Because if you think about it, right? Let me tell you why I think it's a smart deal. Because the difference is this. I feel like this current PSG team doesn't have a lot of egos where everyone's going to be looking at Salah and saying, oh, why is this guy coming in? He's going to be doing this and doing. People will be happy to see him in the team. People will understand, okay, we're signing a player who could, by the end of the season, he could have won a league. He could have won a Champions League. But if he wins a league and a Champions League, he potentially wins a Ballon d'Or. You understand what I'm saying, right? In the winner. Or next year, right? Now think about it that way. If a PSG sign a player who could potentially win the Ballon d'Or, do you know what that would do to the PSG locker room? And also, let's remember, bro, this guy's an icon. You understand what I'm saying, right? A lot of these players are going to be so happy to play under a player like Salah, and it would be a smart deal. I genuinely think so. But big up to everybody who's here, guys. Listen. Adam, bro, you need to relax, bro. You guys should sign Jesus.
No, look. profilistically, quality-wise, Jesus would suit him because we play a bit similar to Arsenal in terms of the false nine. It's just that Jesus is mentally cooked. He's physically
Yeah, that's what I'm
cooked.
saying, bro. Do not sign a guy who's mentally cooked. System maybe works, but this is the thing, bro. You guys have had so many duds. Let's be honest. Like last few years, you guys have signed a lot of dud strikers. Gonzalo Ramos, Icardi, Kolo Muani, bro. Like at the end of the day, man, it's too many duds. Strikers, you want to replace Levy. Gyökeres is a good one. Yeah, Gyökeres is a good one. I like Gyökeres. Big up to Zuma. He says, shut up for your own sake. Anyway, guys, listen, guys, we're gonna have to wrap up, guys. This has been an amazing show. Sorry for the delay. Listen, guys, PSG INT, my guy Mo, he's always here. Listen, he's a troll. He's always talking about Barcelona, sometimes throwing shots here and there when he can. But listen, me and him, when we're on Twitter, bro, we're always going off at it. But listen, we're actually very cool, right? There's no beef. There's never been like people. Sometimes I feel like when they see me in the comments, like just dissing, like responding to your disses, they think, oh, this guy always has a problem with anything. Mo says, nah, man, it's jokes. You understand what I'm saying? It's jokes, man. You understand what I'm saying, right? It's just laughs. You know what I mean? But it's just banter, exactly, man. Banter amongst fans, man. You understand what I'm saying? But look, at the end of the day, you guys have a lot of good games coming up. You guys playing? You guys this League on this weekend?
Yeah, sorted. Yeah, I hope. Should be easy. Yeah.
So after that, it's Champions League. Right? So after that is Champions League, right? No, wait, the Champions League is 2 weeks time.
Yeah. So we have a midweek cup game, similarly to when you guys played Barbados.
Oh yeah, so Coupe de France. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then we have Arsenal away. That's actually a tough game right before City. So yeah.
No, I hear you. This PSG guy knows his club. Yeah, man. Listen, man. You guys need to go subscribe to PSG INT, guys. This guy's not one of those fans who just started supporting PSG because they got rich, man. This guy actually knows his stuff. You understand what I'm saying, right? If you guys want to like more information about what's happening at PSG, go subscribe to his channel, bro. I remember like the first time I saw his channel, I could not believe, like, yo, actually it's actually PSG YouTube channels in here, man. I just started watching this. I'm like, bro, I've learned so much about PSG and like the links and all of this stuff from him. But yeah, so make sure you guys go subscribe to him, okay, guys? Big up to Yasir. He says, big up to Omar and PSG. I forgot your name, bro. His name is Mo, bro. His name is Mo. Yeah, but this is my boy Yasser TV. He also has his own channel. Okay. 2 games in January in the UCL. Yep. So you obviously there's a lot of games. He says the Algerian bro from Sweden. Oh, you're Algerian?
Yeah, I'm half Algerian.
Bro, I didn't. You have African too, man. Like this is the thing, bro. We African brothers, man. Ale Paris. But hey, listen, guys. Like I said, guys, we're gonna have to wrap up because I actually have to go. Literally, when I leave here, I'm actually going to do the El Clasico preview at the Madrid fan channel, Real Madrid fan channel to do the El Clasico preview. They're already waiting for me there, so I gotta quickly go. But listen, before we go, guys. Big up to my guy Mo, guys. Listen, we're gonna be doing the show when we can. When something goes down in our club, you'll probably see him again. You understand what I'm saying, right? Maybe around the end of the season to do our preview. But listen, as far as this time is concerned, obviously, you guys have a lot of big games coming up later on in January in the Champions League. Good luck in that. Yeah. We'll see what happens around that time. Hopefully, things will improve. You guys are playing City. City are not playing well, but listen, they're just won their game, so they look like they're coming back in form. The game against Stuttgart is going to be hard. We'll see. I'll be keeping my eye on your season. I'm not going to lie, because I feel like you guys, your team is very, very underrated this season. And I've been actually enjoying League. And you guys are still unbeaten in the league, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So listen, they're going for an invincible season, guys. All of you guys think PSG are dead, bro. They're going for an invincible season. So big up to everybody. Listen. But listen, guys, we're going to be redirecting to TJ Warren TV, guys. Make sure you guys go and put OmarB BYT Raid on TJ Warren's channel. So subscribe to my guy Mo, PSG INT. Link is in the title, guys. And like I always say, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and peace, you guys. Take care.